This is James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports. Today I'm going to be giving you 15 interesting facts about Putin. Starting off with number 15. He spent his childhood hunting rats in an apartment block. Putin was born into a poor Soviet family in what is now St. Petersburg. He lived in a community apartment block with his parents, siblings, and 3 other families. In his official biography, the Russian president revealed that he spent his spare time hunting rats on the stairwell. Number 14. Putin earned a black belt in judo because he was slow to start puberty. By the age of 18, Putin had achieved a black belt in judo, something he refers to as a life philosophy, and he still practices the martial arts during his spare time. Interesting, Putin, who also trained in the Russian martial arts, revealed he took judo in order to keep his place in the pack and not be bullied because other male teenagers had started puberty before him. Number 13. Putin helped put out wildfires in Russian countryside by co-piloting an aircraft. In August 2010, Putin co-piloted a firefighting plane in order to help put out hundreds of wildfires in western Russia. The wildfires had covered Moscow in huge smog, but Putin pressed the button which dumped hundreds of liters of water on the affected areas to help calm them down. Number 12. Putin worked as a KGB agent and spied on the West. For 16 years, Putin worked as an officer in the KGB, spying for the secret police agency in East Germany between 1975 and 1991. Putin's primary job was to recruit foreigners in the hopes of sending them as undercover agents to the USA. While the Berlin Wall was falling in 1989, Putin would even burn KGB files as the mob tried to enter the agency's headquarters. He moved back to Russia in 1991 and left the agency with the rank of a lieutenant colonel. Number 11. Putin's fluent German speaker, but is nervous at English. Having been posted to East Germany, Putin has become fluent in German and regularly converses in the language with Angela Merkel. However, Putin is less competent at English. He does not have conversational English, but lacks confidence in speaking the language publicly, only doing so handfuls of occasions. Number 10. Putin has an alleged personal worth of 46 billion pounds. Although no one knows for sure, it has been alleged that Putin has a huge personal wealth of up to 46 billion pounds. Russian opposition politicians and journalists have alleged that Putin secretly owns a huge stacks in numerous Russian companies, adding to his supposed hidden wealth. It is believed that Putin owns at least 11 luxury watches worth of a combined 500,000 pounds, as well as 20 villas and palaces, 9 of which were built during his time as president. What's more, one of those mansions, dubbed Putin's Palace, is alleged costing 750 million pounds to build. Number 9. Putin is a huge fan of the Beatles. It has been claimed by those close to Putin that Russian president loves the Beatles. Paul McCartney is his favorite member of the 1960s pop group, with Yesterday as his most loved track. Number 8. He saved a television crew from a tiger attack. In eastern Russia back in 2008, during a mission to help save an endangered Siberian tiger, Putin supposedly rescued an accompanied television crew from being mauled by one of the animals by shooting it with a tranquilizer dart. Supposedly Putin had helped to nurse that animal back to health, but it has also been alleged that the tiger died as a result of this publicity stunt. What is clear, however, is that Putin certainly looked good in the camouflage. Number 7. Putin is a hero in an online comic series called Super Putin, in which he personally fights terrorists. Russian writer began an online comic series in 2011 named Super Putin, in which the Russian president saves his nation by judo chopping terrorists. Putin is depicted as a superhero who fights the twin evils of public protest and terrorism, and in one episode even stops a bomb from blowing up a bus, while in another he destroys an army of zombies. In the mad world of Vladimir Putin, you simply wouldn't bet against this actually being true. Number 6. He started that the dissolution of the USSR was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe in the 20th century. Putin has infamously commented that the dissolution of the Soviet Union was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. He even introduced the former anthem of the USSR with updated lyrics. Despite this, Putin does not want to return to socialism, branding communism in 1999 as a blind ally far away from the mainstream of civilization. Number 5. He reportedly ordered saliva samples to be demanded from Muslim women. Such was Putin's fear of a terrorist attack before the Sochi Winter Olympics in February 2014 that he reportedly ordered for saliva samples to be collected from religiously conservative Muslims in the north areas of Russia. The saliva would then have been used to identify body parts if suicide bombers had carried out attacks during the games. Number 4. Putin effectively used a constitutional loophole to gain re-election for a third time. Having served as president from 2000 to 2008, Putin was unable to stand for a third consecutive 4-year term due to the terms of the Russian Constitution and had to leave office. His protege instead assumed to appoint Putin as his prime minister between 2008 and 2012. In September 2011, the Russian Constitution was then altered to allow presidential terms to be extended for 4 years to 6, and having been out of office for 4 years, Putin was re-elected for a third non-consecutive term in March 2012. The Russian Constitution prohibited more than 2 consecutive terms, but allows for more if they're non-consecutive. Unlike the term for the American presidency, when a single person is limited to just 2 full terms in total serving time of 10, Putin has 3 years of his current terms remaining and could, in theory, extend this time as president of Russia to 24 years if he runs for re-election in 2018. Number 3. He announced his divorce from his wife during a ballet they were attending together. In June 2013, while Putin and his wife, Vladimir, were leaving during a ballet that was being performed at the Grand Kremlin Palace, they were asked why they were so rarely photographed together in public. Putin immediately responded saying that the joint decision had been made for them to separate because of the practically don't see each other. He also referred to the separation as a civilized divorce. Number 2. West German intelligence described Putin as a wife beater. West German spy agency BND described Putin as a philanderer and a wife beater during his time in a KGB agent in East Germany. A BND agent, codenamed Balcony, due to her large breasts, supposedly became acquainted with Putin's wife, Vladimir. Then told Balcony about her husband's many infidelities as well as his physical abusive side. Last but not least, number 1, Putin is rumored to have an affair with a Russian spy, Anna Chapman. In 2012, rumors surfaced that a sex symbol spy, Anna Chapman, who was arrested in the U.S. in 2010 on espionage charges, had been conducting an affair with Putin. Although denied by the Kremlin, several allegations of romance between the Russian president and the spy-turned-lingerie model have since surfaced. One of many infidelities Putin committed before the end of his marriage. This is James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports. Subscribe if you're new. All the links are below. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Our page is Media on 9/11. Thank you.